I'm 18, I've had type 1 for 4.5 years since I got diagnosed in 2020.
Hi, I'm Beck and I'm Ollie's mum and just been helping him with his journey with type 1. Yeah, it was really difficult actually. Like it came on really suddenly. He got sick quite quick, which seems to be a common theme. And I think even though I probably knew in my heart of hearts what it was, I probably wasn't ready to accept that. So yeah, the diagnosis part wasn't a shock necessarily based off how he was presenting, but I think what was to become of that was what I really struggled to deal with. Yeah, I think it's interesting. The journey's been quite unique in that obviously he was diagnosed at 14. So initially I actually had a huge amount to do with it in terms of helping him navigate, getting everything sort of in order, I suppose. But as he's sort of now an adult, he's 18, it's sort of shifting a little bit. So he's taking on more responsibility. But yeah, I guess I'm still there as a support person, but it's starting to shift as he gets older.
Well, we were in lockdown in Melbourne, so I didn't really go back to school for probably maybe like another few weeks or something, but I remember just thinking to myself, I don't know how to tell anyone what I've got. I remember sitting in the hospital trying to like being all secretive with probably one of my best mates at the time, and I didn't really want to tell him it either, so yeah, it was a fair shock and I didn't really know how to accept it as well. So I was a big yes. We got introduced to pumps at the first time we were diagnosed, I think, but then didn't want to use it because of the cords and stuff like that. So
I think the main thing for me would just be understanding the amount of logistics involved. It's it's not just one or two extra decisions, it's hundreds of extra decisions that you make trying to predict or prevent trying to take away some of those difficult situations or anxieties that your child's going through. So I think just the understanding that it's more than just, oh, we just do an injection or have some insulin before we eat. It's just understanding so much more to it, I think, which is hard to explain unless you're living it, I think, yeah. I think so many things, to be honest. Like I find he's an inspiration to me, and just in how he gets up every day. He never complains. He never says why me. Well, not openly, I'm sure he does think about it. He's never once really ever been angry. I mean, he has been angry, but never been angry and regretful about why this has happened. And I think he's just type of personality. He's just gone on, he's done what he had to do, which I find incredibly strong. Like he's very strong and I do admire that. It's such a difficult condition to navigate, and I think he's managed to do so many things so far that he's achieved, and so many things that he will achieve, even though he's dealing with such a complex, little condition as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably just more thankful of Mum for actually being by my side and actually wanting to learn about diabetes and all the stuff that she kind of does for me, like refill, I guess, the snake lolly jar that we have, and just she goes all the way to all these meetings that we have with endocrinologists and like these events as well. So no, she's definitely #1 supporter of mine. So, and yeah, that's what I'm grateful for about her. Yeah.
Amazing. And Ollie, what message would you want to share with other young Aussies living with type 1 diabetes?
Just to kind of take it slow, I guess. Just like not really rushing into different kind of opinions and stuff. Like I remember when I was first diagnosed, I was pretty scared to tell people and didn't really know how people would receive it when I tell them. And look, when someone is newly diagnosed, they're probably thinking the exact same thing, like, oh, what's my good mate gonna think? And like, the sooner you realise that no one actually does care, not about diabetes, but like that you just have it, I think you just gotta shift your mindset and just, I guess, just deal with it. Like, that's pretty plain and simple, but you just got to try and deal with it and just move forward. I guess that's all you can really say. Just don't really worry about what other people have to think, because at the end of the day, it's your health. It's not just like a little condition that you have. It's your health and everyday thing. So you have to actually take it seriously, because that's the best way you're going to manage your diabetes. 100%. The way that the technology is moving, you're moving closer towards living a life without diabetes, but you still have to manage it. But it's just making it more simple for everyday life. I think that's just, if you want a simple and easier life with still having diabetes, I think you definitely should be using all the technology that you can get.
Just to have that reassurance and to have some ability to know patterns, to be able to predict, to start, really taking control of it in a sense. I think if you don't have that information, there's just no way that you can do that. And I think, you know, you talk about longevity or different other health conditions that you can get. I just think having access to these devices just makes that, completely changes that. It's a game changer, I think.
Not many people like to be known as a data figure, but it's the only way you're going to get the best out of your life.
Outcomes. I think from my perspective, just in terms of Ollie, I think I would love people to understand how hard he works just to turn up. Like, he does a lot of football, and I just think the understanding of him to turn up for that game, to turn up to training, and to put in, you know, 100% and have those incredibly high level performances, and just how difficult that really is for him, and that management and what he does that nobody sees. And he's not looking for that praise, but I just think for me, I would just love people to realise just how hard it is, and just how hard he works to be the person he is. I just think, and again, that's why I'm incredibly proud of him. Like, he just does it and just gets up every day and does it again. Yeah. Yeah,
as Mum kind of said, I'm not looking for much praise as to why, you know, all the stuff I have to do to manage this diabetes, but yeah, I think if people can just have a little bit of a basis knowledge of what you kind of have to do, I think that's good enough for me. I don't need people to watch a whole live stream of me getting up every day and managing my diabetes and stuff, but yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm pretty content with the fact that no one is going to know like what you have to go through, and not like you can't change everyone's views on it and stuff. So I think it's just like slowly changing people's, I guess, opinions, and these events are what shows people what people have to go through. But
it's a good start, at least.
Yeah, it's a good start.
And even like we've said, like, I'm literally his #1 supporter and always there, but I still don't know what he goes through. I see what he does, but I don't know how it feels. So, and no one is going to know that. But I think just having a little bit more knowledge in the community around what it means to have type 1, I think would be amazing. Yeah.
I saw a video, I don't know if it was actually Mum that was telling me this, but I saw a video that said, if you want to know what it's like to have type 1 diabetes, set a 5-minute alarm every day and have it go off every 5 minutes. And that's basically what it's like to just have a constant ringing in your phone. But
and all the extra decisions that you have to make. Basically, you just snooze it every 5 minutes, and you kind of realise with diabetes just how often you're making a decision and how much it impacts your life. It doesn't stop because you're driving. It doesn't stop because you're in a meeting. It's, you just have to stop what you're doing and deal with it. There's no off switch, and I think that's the thing. And I think even at night, like, I think that's almost the worst time, particularly when he was first diagnosed. Like, that's when I just didn't sleep, because you don't want to, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So I think, yeah, it's just the understanding that you can never switch off. Yeah. Yeah,
and just the idea of what people think about diabetes. Like, you know, some people think that diabetes is just that you eat too much sugar and like you're overweight,
lazy,
or something lazy or something like that. But that's just not the case. And look, I've actually been pretty fortunate. I haven't had that many people come up to me, or I've had not many instances where people have actually said negative things about diabetes. I've actually rarely had that. I've had more positive out of it than negative, but yeah, I feel for the people that do have to cope with like a negative outcome, especially in a work sense, when they're having like bosses and people that are meant to be classified as a smart individual, but they just have no idea.